The hidden truth about chia. Ziyuroku. Mistakes that are ruining your health without you knowing it. Do you believe that chia seeds are really the perfect superfood? Do they do as well as they say out there? What if the way you're consuming chia is hurting you without you realizing it? Behind the reputation of being healthy, there is a little talked about side of chia. When used incorrectly, this small seed can cause discomfort, imbalances in the body, and even hinder your health goals. Many people consume chia every day without knowing that they are making simple mistakes, but that can have long-term consequences. Have you ever felt bloating, constipation, or even tiredness after eating chia? Perhaps the problem is not the seed itself, but the way it is being used. In this video, you will discover the 10 most common mistakes made with chia consumption and how to avoid them in a practical way. And mistake number 4 may be sabotaging your daily energy without you suspecting it. Let's get started. What happens to your body when you consume chia the wrong way? When chia is consumed dry, without hydration, it can absorb water from your digestive system and cause dehydration. In addition, excess fiber without proper hydration can generate gas, constipation, and a feeling of bloating. The body can react with slowness, abdominal discomfort, and even impaired absorption of important nutrients. Is it possible to reverse the damage caused by incorrect consumption of chia? Yes, but it depends on your degree of sensitivity and how long these mistakes have been made. By correcting the way of preparation, adjusting quantities and combining chia with other foods, many negative effects can be reversed. In more severe cases, it is essential to seek a nutritionist or doctor. What signals does your body give when chia is not doing well? Constant bloating, abdominal pain, changes in bowel function, tiredness, and even mild allergic reactions, such as itchy skin or an irritated throat. These signs are often ignored, but they can indicate that something is wrong with consumption. What consequences can you face if you don't change the way you consume chia? In addition to digestive discomforts, misused chia can cause chronic dehydration, nutrient malabsorption, and intestinal overload. In more sensitive people, continuous and incorrect use can even harm the liver or interfere with medical treatments. Now that you know what's at stake, let's get to the most common mistakes and how to fix them simply. 1. Do you eat chia the wrong way? Understand the danger of eating them dried. Have you ever added chia seeds directly to yogurt, salad, or even drunk them with water without letting them hydrate? If the answer is yes, know that you may be making one of the most common and dangerous mistakes in consuming this seed. Chia has the ability to absorb up to 12 times its weight in water. This property is precisely what makes it so special to form that healthy and functional gel. But when it enters your body while it is still dry, this expansion process happens within the digestive tract, and this can cause serious problems. By absorbing liquids directly from your stomach and intestines, chia can contribute to dehydration. In addition, the swelling of the seeds inside the digestive tract can cause abdominal discomfort, a feeling of heaviness, and even intestinal blockages in more extreme cases. People who have difficulty swallowing or have a history of gastrointestinal problems should be even more careful. A case reported in the American Journal of Gastroenterology described a severe esophageal obstruction after consuming dried chia with water. The solution is simple. Hydrate your seeds before consuming. Use a basic ratio of 1 tablespoon of chia to 3 tablespoons of water. Let it rest for at least 15 minutes. The result will be a soft, safe gel that is much easier to digest. It may seem like a small detail, but this change makes all the difference to your gut health. 2. When fiber became a villain. Too much chia can lock up your gut. It's common to think that if chia is healthy, then the more the better. But this is one of the most dangerous mistakes when it comes to fiber-rich seeds. Chia contains about 5 grams of fiber in just 1 tablespoon. Sounds great, right? The problem starts when you overdo it, especially if your body is not used to so much fiber at once. The result? Bloating, gas, cramps, and constipation. Yes, excess fiber can cause constipation, especially when there is not enough water to help with intestinal transit. Fiber needs liquids to function properly. Without this, it can harden the fecal cake, making it difficult to evacuate and causing that discomfort that never seems to go away. Another important point: exaggerating chia can hinder the absorption of minerals such as calcium, iron, and zinc because of the phytic acid present in the seed. If you're starting to include chia in your routine, start slowly. A teaspoon a day is enough to get started. Notice how your body reacts. Then, you can gradually increase it to 1 tablespoon per day, and only after adaptation, reach the recommended maximum of 2 spoons. More than that, it may be too much for your gut to give conta temps. Com chia, the secret is not in the quantity, but in the balance. 3. The hidden trap in chia. It pulls your water without you realizing it. Did you know that chia can be stealing water from your body? This is one of the quietest and most dangerous effects of inadequate consumption of this seed. As we have already seen, chia has a huge absorption capacity. It sucks water like a sponge. But what almost no one realizes is that even when you moisturize chia properly, it still requires good hydration for the rest of the day. That is, if you consume chia and don't drink enough water, you can end up dehydrating your body. And this dehydration does not give such obvious signs at first. You may experience a mild headache, tiredness for no reason, a lazy bowel, or even confuse the symptoms with stress. All of this could be your body trying to warn you that it's running out of water to keep functions in order. Chia, when used well, contributes to hydration. But when there is an imbalance, it does the opposite. It retains water in the intestine and prevents the proper functioning of other systems. Therefore, the recommendation is simple but powerful. Increase your fluid consumption throughout the day, especially if you include chia in your meals. Don't just put it in a smoothie or yogurt. Your body needs water to handle the volume of fiber and the gelling effect of chia. Drinking 8 to 10 glasses of water a day can already make a big difference, and your body will thank you. 4. Chia is not a meal. The mistake that may be making you weak and tired. Have you ever replaced a meal with a glass of water and chia thinking that this was enough to nourish your body? This practice is becoming increasingly common, especially among those looking to lose weight or follow a more fit routine. But this is a mistake that can cost your energy and disposition dearly. Chia, in fact, is nutritious. It contains fiber, antioxidants, minerals, and a little vegetable protein. But it is far from being a complete food. It does not provide the optimal amounts of protein, healthy fats, and calories needed for a balanced meal. By replacing meals with just chia with water or vegetable milk, you run the risk of feeling fatigue, a drop in physical performance, and even a lack of concentration. Calm time. This habit can lead to loss of muscle mass, weakness, and deficiency of essential nutrients such as iron and B vitamins. Chia should be a complement, never the main course. Want an example of smart use? Add chia to a smoothie with banana, oatmeal, peanut butter, and plant-based protein. Or mix it with natural yogurt with assorted fruits and seeds. In this way, it acts as part of a nutritious and complete set, enhancing the benefits of the meal. Trust me, relying solely on chia to sustain your body is like trying to fill a tank of fuel with just a few drops. It doesn't work. 5. What's in your chia? The invisible risk of pesticides. Have you ever wondered where the chia seeds you consume every day come from? Few people pay attention to the origin of these tiny grains, but this detail can make a huge difference in your health. Chia is a seed that, like other agricultural crops, can be exposed to pesticides and pesticides during planting and harvesting. These chemicals, when consumed frequently, are associated with several negative effects, such as hormonal imbalances, overload on the liver, intestinal irritations, and even a higher risk of chronic diseases. And the most worrying thing is that many of these effects are silent, accumulating over time without you realizing it. If you've never read the label on the package of chia you buy, it might be time to start. Look for organic chia, and, if possible, with reliable certifications. Organic seeds are grown without the use of toxic pesticides, respecting the soil and the health of those who consume them. They may be a little more expensive, it's true, but this extra amount represents a direct investment in your long-term health. In addition, prefer brands that are transparent about the origin of the product and that carry out quality tests. Remember, not everything that seems healthy really is. And even a superfood can hide dangers if it comes contaminated. Before you put chia on your plate, make sure it doesn't bring invisible poisons along. 6. Is your chia going rancid? The storage mistake that almost no one avoids. Do you store your chia seeds in any jar, inside the cabinet, or even on the kitchen counter? This seemingly harmless habit may be compromising the nutritional value of your chia without you realizing it. While chia sounds tough, it's high in healthy fats, especially omega-3 fatty acids. And this type of fat is highly sensitive to light, heat, and contact with air. When exposed to these conditions, chia undergoes a process called rancidity. That is, its good fats oxidize and turn into toxic and inflammatory compounds. The smell changes, the taste becomes bitter, and the benefits disappear. Additionally, frequent consumption of rancid foods can cause irritation in the digestive system and increase inflammation levels in the body. The solution to avoid this problem is simple. Store your chia seeds in airtight jars, preferably glass, in cool, dark, dry places. If you live in a hot or humid place, the refrigerator may be the best option. Another tip is to avoid buying packages that are too large, especially if you don't consume chia as often. The longer it is open, the greater the chance of degradation. Remember, a poorly stored chia may seem normal, but its nutritional power is long gone. Preserve the best of this seed by taking care of the way you keep it. 7. Itching, swelling, malaise. Maybe it's a chia allergy, and you don't even know chia is considered a safe food for almost everyone. But is it really? Although rare, chia allergy does exist, and it can cause unexpected reactions that many people don't associate with this tiny grain. If you've ever experienced an itchy throat, tingling lips, swelling in your face, nausea, or even difficulty breathing right after consuming chia, it's time to turn on the alert. These are classic symptoms of food allergic reactions, and the most dangerous thing is that the more you consume the food you are sensitive to, the greater the body's response can be. Some reactions are mild, but others can progress to serious conditions, such as anaphylaxis, a medical emergency. Another common sign is persistent intestinal discomfort, even with hydrated chia and consumed in small quantities. If this happens to you, perhaps the root of the problem is not digestive, but immunological. Unfortunately, many people are slow to make this association because chia is labeled as a superfood, which creates the false idea that it is harmless to everyone. The recommendation is clear. If you notice any strange reaction after consuming chia, discontinue use immediately and seek medical advice or a nutritionist. There are other seeds that are equally rich in nutrients, such as flaxseed or hemp, which can be safe alternatives. Not everything that is healthy is for everyone. Your body speaks, and you need to listen. 8. Chia doesn't work miracles alone, the mistake of those who forget to vary their diet. Have you ever heard someone say, "I eat chia every day, but I don't see any results"? This type of frustration is more common than it seems, and the reason may lie in a very simple mistake: betting everything on a single food. As nutritious as it is, chia is not able to meet all of your body's needs on its own. It is rich in fiber, contains antioxidants, and provides good amounts of minerals such as magnesium and calcium. But it doesn't have all the essential amino acids, nor all the types of vitamins your body needs. And even if you consume chia regularly, if the rest of your diet is poor, unbalanced, or rich in ultra-processed foods, the results are unlikely to appear. That's where the deception lies. Chia should be seen as a functional supplement, and not as a magic shortcut to lose weight, improve digestion, or detoxify the body. For its benefits to be really enjoyed, it needs to be within a varied, colorful, and balanced eating routine. Include fresh fruits, vegetables, legumes, lean proteins, good fats, and other grains and seeds in your daily life. Each food has a unique role in the functioning of the body. And no one, no matter how good they are, can work alone. Chia is an excellent ally, but it will never be the complete solution. Those who bet everything on it end up being disappointed. 9. Do you take medicine? Find out why chia can interfere with your treatment. Did you know that a natural food can interfere with the effect of a medicine? Even healthy foods like chia can interact with medications and alter the effect of important treatments. This happens mainly for two reasons: the high concentration of fiber and the content of alpha-linolenic acid, a type of omega-3 present in the seed. Fiber, when consumed in excess and close to the time of the medicine, can hinder the absorption of the active ingredient in the intestine, reducing its effectiveness. Omega-3s, while beneficial in many cases, can increase the risk of bleeding in people who use anticoagulant medications, such as warfarin. In addition, those who use medications to control blood pressure or glucose also need to be aware, as chia can potentiate these effects and lead to unwanted drops in blood pressure or blood sugar levels. Of course, this doesn't mean that you should stop consuming chia if you're undergoing medical treatment. But it does mean that it is essential to talk to your doctor or dietitian, especially if you take continuous use medications. Many food interactions go unnoticed and can get in the way of important results. Chia is health, yes, but used consciously. So don't underestimate the power of food over medicines. When in doubt, always seek professional guidance. Your body deserves this care. 10. The truth that no one tells. Chia doesn't lose weight if you only count on it. If you're consuming chia every day expecting to lose weight, automatically, it's time to face an uncomfortable reality. Chia alone doesn't make anyone lose weight. Yes, it can help. But no, it doesn't work miracles. Chia is a source of soluble fiber that helps promote satiety. That is, that feeling of full belly for longer. But if your diet is still high in empty calories, ultra-processed foods, and excess sugars, chia doesn't have the power to compensate for these excesses. In addition, some people end up increasing the amount of chia thinking that they are speeding up the weight loss process. And what happens? They consume more calories than they should. Yes, chia also has calories. 2 tablespoons contain about 120 calories. It may seem little, but if you add this to other dietary mistakes, the result is the opposite of what you expected. Healthy and sustainable weight loss depends on a set of factors: balanced diet, hydration, quality sleep, stress control, and physical activity. Chia can indeed be an ally within this context. But putting the responsibility of completely changing your body on her is a common and frustrating mistake. Therefore, stop looking for magic formulas and understand. There is no food that alone makes you lose weight. There is strategy, constancy, and above all, awareness. 11. Ignoring water. Quality when hydrating chia can put your health at risk. Do you often worry about the water you use to hydrate your chia seeds? If the answer is no, know that this small detail can compromise all the benefits that chia has to offer. Water is a vehicle, and everything it contains, from minerals to impurities, ends up being absorbed by the seeds during the hydration process. If you use unfiltered tap water with excess chlorine, heavy metals, or other contaminants, these residues can be trapped in chia. And what seemed like a superfood is transformed, in practice, into a concentrate of substances that are harmful to your health. Another risk is to soak chia for too long, at room temperature, favoring the proliferation of invisible bacteria and fungi. The ideal is to use filtered or mineral water, always clean and fresh, and let the chia hydrate for a maximum of 30 minutes, unless the recipe requires more time, and you keep it refrigerated. If you usually prepare chia pudding to consume the next day, make sure to store the mixture in an airtight jar in the refrigerator and consume it within 2 days. It may seem like a small care, but it makes all the difference. Chia absorbs everything, including what you don't see. Therefore, take care of the water as you take care of the food. Your body will definitely feel the difference. 12. Trust any brand. How to choose a really safe chia. Have you noticed how many different brands of chia there are on the shelves? It may seem that they are all the same, but the truth is that the origin of the chia you consume makes all the difference. Not all brands follow the same standards of quality, storage, and processing. Some may contain pesticide residues, unwanted shell fragments, excessive humidity, or even be poorly packaged, favoring seed oxidation. In addition, in some cases, batches contaminated with microorganisms or mold go unnoticed and reach the consumer without any visible sign. This puts your health at silent risk. Therefore, choose brands that provide clear information on the label. Origin of the product, type of cultivation, preferably organic, visible expiration date, and intact protective seals. Prefer companies that have food safety certifications, such as an organic agriculture seal or guaranteed microbiological analysis. And be wary of prices far below the market. Products with higher quality usually cost a little more, and this reflects in the security you take home. Another important point, check the appearance and smell of chia when opening the package. Good seeds are dry, whole, with uniform color and practically no smell. If something seems off, it doesn't a risque. Calm chia, quality matters just as much as quantity. After all, what's the point of consuming something so nutritious if it comes loaded with invisible risks? Your body deserves the best, and that starts with the right choice. 13. Consuming chia. Just before bed can affect your sleep. Do you have a habit of consuming chia at night, just before bed? Although it seems harmless, this behavior may be interfering with the quality of your sleep without you realizing it. Chia, being high in fiber, can demand more from your digestive system at a time when the body should be slowing down. When eaten close to bedtime, especially in large quantities or with other heavy foods, it can cause bloating, gas, or a feeling of heaviness in the stomach. And even if you fall asleep, your body will be busy trying to digest instead of focusing on the natural processes of rest and regeneration. In addition, in some more sensitive people, the gelling effect of chia can cause gastric discomfort when the body is in a horizontal position, which can lead to reflux or nighttime heartburn. Another factor to consider is that the satiety peak caused by chia can be confused with a slight discomfort, disrupting the natural perception of relaxation. The ideal is to consume chia for breakfast, lunch, or even in the middle of the afternoon, when the body is more active and the digestive system is more prepared to process fiber. If you want to use it at night, keep the amount minimal and always well hydrated, combined with light foods. Remember, poor sleep compromises your health in all aspects. And even a healthy food, when poorly positioned in the day, can disrupt the rest you need so much. 14. Not combining chia with other foods. Impairs nutrient absorption. Do you usually eat chia alone, mixed only with water or vegetable milk? If so, you may be missing out on the full nutritional potential of this seed, and still hindering the absorption of other important nutrients. Chia is rich in soluble fiber and mucilages, which makes it excellent for bowel function. However, when consumed alone or on an empty stomach, it can disrupt the absorption of minerals such as iron, calcium, zinc, and magnesium. This is because chia contains phytic acid, a natural compound present in seeds and grains, which binds to these minerals and reduces their bioavailability. The result? Even eating healthy foods, the body cannot absorb nutrients effectively. In addition, because it is low in complete proteins and practically no fat-soluble vitamins, chia needs to be accompanied by other ingredients to form a balanced meal. A simple way to enhance the effects of chia is to combine it with fruits rich in vitamin C, which help in the absorption of vegetable iron. It's also a good idea to include a source of good fat, such as peanut butter or nuts, and a quality protein, such as yogurt or fortified plant-based milk. In this way, you not only improve the use of nutrients, but make the meal more complete and functional. On its own, chia is powerful. But when well combined, it becomes a true ally of your health. 15. Believing that chia works the same for everyone, the ignored individuality. Have you ever heard someone say that chia changed their life, but in your case, you didn't feel any difference? This is because one of the most common mistakes in healthy eating is to believe that the same food will work the same for everyone. But the reality is quite different. Each person has a unique organism with its own nutritional needs, levels of sensitivity, and metabolism. Chia, for example, can be excellent for those with lazy bowels, but it can cause discomfort in those who already suffer from excess gas or abdominal distension. It can help control someone's appetite, but it may not work the same way in another person with a faster metabolism or different eating routine. In addition, factors such as autoimmune diseases, intestinal problems, medication use, and even lifestyle directly influence how the body reacts to any food, including chia. That's why the best eating plan is one that's tailor-made for you. Don't fall into the trap of copying the trendy diet or the influencer of the time. Use chia as a tool, not as the universal solution. And most importantly, observe your body. It gives signals all the time about what works and what doesn't. Respecting the individuality of your body is the smartest and safest way to reap real results. And in this process, the monitoring of a health professional makes all the difference. 16. Consuming chia after the expiration date. A mistake more common than it seems. Have you ever found a forgotten package of chia in the cupboard with its expiration date and thought, "Oh, it's just a little seed, you can still use it"? A lot of people do this, and it's a mistake that can put your health at risk. Although chia is a dry food and seems durable, it does have an expiration date, and when it expires, it loses more than just its flavor. Because it is rich in fatty acids, especially omega-3, chia can oxidize over time. And oxidized seeds not only lose their nutritional properties, but can also produce free radicals, which promote inflammation in the body. In addition, excessive storage time, especially in hot or humid places, can favor the appearance of invisible fungi, such as mycotoxins, toxic substances that affect the liver and intestine. Even though expired chia looks visually normal, the risk is in what you don't see. Therefore, always check the expiration date on the label and consume it within the deadline. Once opened, store the product properly, and, if possible, write down the opening date on the jar. If the chia has a strange smell, bitter taste, or weird texture, discard it immediately. You can't play with health. And with rich foods like chia, correct conservation is an essential part of ensuring the benefits it promises. Don't let time turn a superfood into an invisible trap. After everything we've seen, one thing is clear. Even the healthiest foods can turn into silent hazards if they're used in the wrong way. Chia is indeed a powerful superfood, but its benefits only manifest themselves when there is balance, attention, and awareness in consumption. Avoiding the mistakes you've learned here doesn't require radical changes nor extreme sacrifices. Just adopt small precautions in preparation, hydration, combination with other foods, and in the right amount for your body. True health is not in fads, nor in promises of miraculous results. It is in the daily choices you make, with information, listening to your body, and respect for your individuality. If you've made any of these mistakes, don't blame yourself. Now you know more, and knowing is the first step to change. Start applying what you have learned here today. Adjust your portions. Check the origin of your chia. Notice how your body reacts. And, if necessary, seek guidance from a nutritionist or doctor to further personalize your diet. Remember, every step you take towards taking care of your health is an investment that brings a return. You don't have to do it all at once, but it needs to start. Your body is your most valuable asset, and he deserves the best you can offer.